Hello and welcome to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. This is episode 41. My name is Jeff Ramsey. With me, as always, Eric Badur, Nick Schwartz, Gavin Free, Andrew Panton. We all have new nicknames, and we are sitting on our nicknames because we can't use them until the nickname draft comes out. But I'm dying to say everybody's new names at the start of the episode.
That'll be next week, by the way. The 23rd is when the nickname draft comes out, by the way. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! Jeff and myself and Andrew are all using our nicknames in Slack, though.
Here we are.
We sure are. Yeah. Partially so I don't forget what mine is.
Yours is unforgettable, man. I think yours is great. Yours so describes you too. I feel so good
sure
about
does.
it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm not, not revealing anything, but yeah, excited for nicknames.
I'm excited for that draft to come out and for the audience to see the process and see where we arrived and what nicknames almost made it but didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
There were some good ones. Eric, particularly, had a bunch of really good ones, I thought.
No, I don't know why you and Emily are pushing that one so hard. You're like, yeah, right. How come you didn't like the hat? And it's like the worst one on the whole board. Like what? Like you're insane.
Well, it's the nickname's often the opposite of a person. Like tiny for a big guy.
Hey, did I have homework for this episode?
We were gonna get into the mind table again because you left us so flummoxed last time.
I don't remember what we're gonna get into though. Does anyone remember the specifics?
Is this like are you baiting us somewhere?
No, because Eric said we should start with the thing, and I was curious if you guys remembered what the thing was, because I remember being like, oh, we'll continue this next time, but I was real heated and on edge at that time, but I don't remember what the edge was that I was on.
The last specific homework I remember is we were supposed to come up with 7 deadly fruit sins.
Got him.
But I don't think we ever did. I think Andrew and I did. Nobody else did. But I do vaguely remember what Eric's saying about leading with the mind table and you clearing stuff up. I just can't remember how that.
Yeah, I was going to do something.
I think you were just going to clear things up because the drawings that you gave us were the worst drawings in history. So we made you redo the first one, and the second one was somehow worse.
Yeah, I think you were complaining that you didn't have enough time to properly do the mind table.
Right. I think so. I think that's right.
Now you've had a week.
I have. But on Skwinkles time, that means I'm only halfway to when I need to actually get it done. So I got plenty of schedule. Just lay it on out there.
That was pretty good.
Did Skwinkles just become a unit of time?
I think it's 2 weeks. I think a Skwinkle is a 2-week time period.
Is Skwinkling like you procrastinate constantly and you just never deliver?
I don't think procrastinate is the right word. I did the wrong homework. I was so wrapped up because I brought up before we recorded the last episode, isn't there homework we were supposed to do? And then we were all like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And then at the end of last episode, Geoff said, oh, there's homework we're supposed to do. And then I panicked because I went, oh, fuck, you're right. There was. What was it? I didn't do it. Shit. What was it? So then I prepared this episode for that homework, but now that we're here, I think there was other homework I was supposed to do from the previous episode. So I'm clearing up 2 episodes worth of homework, or 2 episodes ago's homework, but I think I still have homework from last episode.
All right, hit us with it.
I'm the only one with fruit sins, apparently. I thought Geoff would have it because he did drop.
I have my 7 deadly fruit sins. Yeah,
you have your fruit sins?
He already said he had his fruit sins.
Shall we go through our fruit sin? Well, first, did you do a fruit demon?
Well, I'm not an artist.
Well, that has never stopped us before.
I designed the idea of the fruit demon. I feel like that's enough.
I drew up a fruit demon. I have my fruit demon and my fruit sins. We're going to put in my fruit demon, and then I'm going to post a minute. Do you guys see the insanely good fan art fruit demon? There's been some great fruit demons, but the one that looked like it was from like a devil, like a book, like a Satanist novel.
I want to see a Satanist novel. Please.
Let me. Yeah.
I saw the best one I've seen so far is the one who had bananas as horns, which is the funniest idea on earth to me.
I'm going to post it in our chat. This is, let me find out who wrote it or who made this, because it's fantastic art.
While you're doing that, am I crazy, or did I see a screenshot of an X or Twitter, whatever the fuck you call it, where Granny Smith Apples shouted out the fruit demon? Did anybody else see that?
No.
I should have saved it when I saw it. It was in a thread somewhere.
Wait, you saw Granny Smith shout out the fruit demon and you
I
didn't
think so.
buzz?
I don't. Well, that's not a real account. It's just somebody made. It's it has like 2 followers, I think.
See, so he knew it.
I didn't know it. I think I've seen that Granny Smith account before.
An apple a day keeps the scurvy demon away.
Someone made that in our community.
Oh, that's so
he's
cool.
got like a fruit
He's got
kebab
a fruit-
tail.
Got the nose scrumping on the ground. It's like one of those old like line cut or like wood cut drawings.
Yeah, that's
I was so
great.
impressed by that. I looked at that and I went like, oh, that's funny. Somebody pulled something, like someone had a reference point to that, and then realizing, no, someone just drew that. That's really impressive.
There's the one with the
Oh,
bananas.
and Eric just shared one by someone named Lindor.
Yeah,
I
this
haven't
one was
seen that one.
so. I love his stupid little cat face. He's got like his funny like little teeth, but he's got the regulation asterisks on his forehead. But then he also has Geoff's banana with the strawberry on the end in his hand. I think it's so good.
Oh
Little red rocket fruit.
I believe the one I posted was from someone named Tristan T. Zaris. These are great. Let me show you my fruit demon. I thought we'd all have fruit demons, but that's okay. I'll show up with mine.
I can quickly find my fruit demon.
Yeah, you figure out your fruit demon. I'll post mine. My fruit demon, his name is Vitamin D for Death and Demon. Here we go. This is my fruit demon. So it is, for people that are just listening, he has strawberry legs and the stems go up into a body of like a coconut. And then he's got orange slices for hands, and it's very drippy. He drips everywhere. Everywhere
Yeah.
he goes, he's leaving a little juice. Then he's got a banana head and 2 cherry eyes, and really difficult to do something small, but it was supposed to be like a grapefruit mouth. And he's going to get you.
So now that's what kind of body is that again? It looks like a pear, but you said it was
pear, coconut, whatever you want.
coconut. You said
Any
coconut.
greenish kind of fruit thing. I honestly don't remember what I was initially going for, but it doesn't look like whatever it was. So whatever you interpret it as is the correct answer for the body.
I really like how the cherry stems are also the eyebrows. I think that's very clever.
Creative vision. You could tell it looks like somebody has spilled a thing of Welch's juice, and you know he's there. You know he killed somebody. Scene
Yeah.
of the crime, a citrus death.
You're like, the floor is sticky. He's been here.
you hear the blop, 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 walks around. Now, what do you do to summon him? It could be any of these sins. I have my sins. I'll read mine, and then Geoff, do you want to read yours?
Yeah, sure. We'll see if you have
Sweet.
any crossover. I'm sure
Okay.
you do.
The first sin, poison, mixing alcohol in the juice. It's a juice sin.
Okay.
Number 2, excess, blending too many fruits at once. Too large of a variety. Don't like it. Number 3, negligence, letting your fruit ripen and then rot and just not using it at all. Number 4, ignorance, ignoring lemonade stands. You have to use them. You have to utilize. What are you doing? It's
Is that
hot.
ignorance?
Yeah. Being ignorant. Go to that stand. Squander. Not composting. You gotta reuse the fruit to make more fruit. It's a cycle.
Yeah, but how? If you're not allowed to let your fruit rot because it's a sin, how are you ever gonna?
Well, you eat the apple and there's a core. You fuck. There's leftover fruit sometimes in fruit.
Okay.
You don't eat all of the fruit always. There's a peel. You dunce. Next question. Not a question. It's a sin. Erasure. You can edit out my flub, Nick. Removing any fruit trees. And lastly, but not least, defile. To peel without taste. Peeling a fruit and then just leaving it out, not eating it, wasting it. And those are the 7 sins: poison, excess, negligence, ignorance, squander, erasure, and defile.
That's wild, dude. We didn't cross over at all.
Hell
And
yeah.
we had slightly different takes. You went with the more I guess religious interpretation with like the single sin word. I went for just like actions that
Oh, I
don't
like
have a
it.
catchy phrase. But here are my 7 deadly fruit sins. The first deadly fruit sin: not washing a fruit before you eat it. You gotta wash it. It's got dirt on it. It's got pesticides
That's
on
so
it.
good.
Wash your fucking fruit. The second deadly sin, you'd think it'd be the first, but it's not because I didn't write it down first. Scrumping. Don't steal. We don't scrump fruit.
We have a
Third
sign.
deadly sin, eating unripe fruit. It's not ready for you.
Green banana.
You're stealing its thunder away. And it only gets, think about it this way. Fruit only gets one shot at being ripe.
Wow.
Don't take it away from the fruit. Number 4, and I've seen this done a lot. I don't like it. It creeps me out. It's unnecessary. It's stupid. And it kind of goes with number 5. Don't peel a grape. You don't peel grapes before you eat them. That's ridiculous. It makes like little brainy eyeballs. Nobody wants to eat that.
No.
Number 5, do peel a banana. That's right. It is a deadly sin to eat a banana without peeling it first. You will not enjoy bananas that way. So don't do it. Number 6, if everybody doesn't know this, you should. Citrus does not go in the fridge. Leave it out.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Citrus got to stay out. Leave it on the counter. You don't want to put your oranges in the fridge. Yeah. And number 7, the 7th deadliest sin. Cranberry is only a garnish.
Yeah.
Do not eat it as a main course.
Ooh, yeah. No,
I
definitely agree with that. 100%. Yeah. Those are great, Geoff.
There you go. Those are my 7 deadly fruits.
That was fin. Okay, now Gavin, it's your turn. Your sins.
Well, I was finding it weird that the sin about storing citrus in the fridge is a valid sin. I agree with it. But the juice from all the citrus has to go in the fridge.
That is true.
Yeah, but these aren't juice sins.
No,
these are fruit sins.
Yeah, these are fruit
I don't have any fruit sins. Do you want to see my fruit demon?
Yes.
I would love to see a fruit demon.
Bam.
It's a screenshot of
Sledgehammer.
It's Peter Gabriel being surrounded by the stop motion fruit from the Sledgehammer music video. Legendary music video.
Haven't seen it.
Absolutely. Maybe one of the best of all time.
It's definitely up there.
He becomes a roller coaster. He's on a roller coaster. That's a good part.
The roller coaster kind of drives. Oh, the train drives around his face for a bit, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah.
There's also a good bit where his fists become sledgehammers and he punches himself in the face.
That's
That
pretty
is
good.
true. So Peter Gabriel is the fruit demon.
In my opinion,
I like it.
he is and always has been the fruit demon. saying stuff like "open up your fruit cage." A little bit suggestive.
Is that what Peter Gabriel looks like?
Oh, not anymore.
Well, not anymore. That's what he used to look like.
Yeah, I assume. I just am realizing I've never seen Peter Gabriel. He's strictly a name I've heard.
Oh, he was, I think, pretty dreamy looking dude back in the day.
Certainly to Gavin.
I think he was fine looking. Now he just looks pissed off all the time.
He's holding the mic out accusatorily in that photo that I just sent. Like he's like, you did this.
Man. He looks like
Yeah.
evil Billy Joel.
He looks like a falconer.
Open up your what?
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 Gavin, I thought it was funny. That's how he used to look.
Yeah, he's all right, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dreamy is, according to Gavin.
Yeah.
He's British dreamy.
Do you think it's a different kind of dreamy?
Well, 100%.
Oh, absolutely. Softer dreamy
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
British dreamy.
Different features.
A lot of people in the audience, based on last week's episode,
Mm-hmm.
thought that with my ball knuckling idea, that I thought piss was stored in the balls. And I just want to let everyone know that I know it's not stored in the balls.
Okay.
I think everyone knows it's not stored in the balls because the amount of piss that comes out is maybe 5 to 6 times the volume of my balls. Very obvious, but I have drawn a diagram.
Oh my God.
Just letting everyone know, I mean to knuckle right here, and you see the urinary tract kind of curves down, a little bit of a drip loop going on. You just want to knuckle that bit, that fold bit, and it just pushes out some extra drips. So just get in there.
Is that your duty right there?
Where?
It looks like a big brown long turd.
It's a huge
You got a huge
shit.
log right next to your balls,
oh my
dude.
God.
Did you add the CPAP
He
air?
also put
I may have-
CPAP air.
I may have added a label to that.
There.
I didn't expect you to notice that, I'll be honest, but I did add that label.
What I appreciate about this is it started with Gavin addressing the fact that people thought he didn't know anything about how this works. And Gavin is really arguing that he knows way more than everybody else does. And here is an anatomic image to display how it would function within how the body actually works.
Well, I know that it works based on doing it. So I looked up the image of
What?
where the piss tube goes, and I was like, oh, it makes sense that it works because the piss
You use
tube.
a knuckle?
You knuckle your balls?
No, no, I'm saying.
What do you use?
You just said I know it works because I've done it.
Well, I mean, I've prodded that area.
What does that mean?
I've not used my knuckles to do it, but I have like.
But why
What?
not your knuckles? The knuckles.
Wait,
it even
wait.
says knuckle here.
Well, the angles are all wrong for a knuckle.
These three ninjas are about to knuckle up on Gavin.
Why are they knuckling up with their shoes?
I don't know. You're talking about knuckling up and then saying you haven't done it or whatever, man. None
You've
of
done
this
it, but
makes
you
sense.
haven't done it?
You've done it, but you haven't done it.
No, I've put pressure there to see if it gets some drips out, and it does. But I've not used my knuckle because I don't think I
Wait.
can get my whole fist
Oh!
down back there.
What if we invent some sort of a plastic handheld knuckle that a guy can use in an event like this?
I don't want to.
Like a little back scratcher, but for bollock knuckling, like maybe hooked around.
Yeah, like a hooked around back scratcher that's a knuckler, like a tube
Yeah.
knuckler.
Oh.
I feel like Gavin suggested this in a way that was very hypothetical last week, and now it sounds like he's been doing this for years.
I know, I've not been doing it for years. I just like sometimes you want to move the balls around a little bit to get the drips out. And I'm saying it because it's putting
The balls where the pee's not stored.
the balls where the peas are not stored, yeah. And the piss, you can also shake your penis, which is also where the pee isn't stored. But it still gets drips out. You don't have to
I just don't like the way you said that.
Yeah.
why not?
I don't think I've ever peed and thought I got to move the balls around.
I'm surprised that I really like the way he said it. I kind of want him to say it like that again a few more times.
So Andrew, you've pissed, right? And then you
Yeah, I have.
just pull your boxes up.
Tons.
Hey, what's up, man? You ever pissed?
You don't ever give the whole package a little shake just to
You
get
won't believe this. Today. I did it today. Sorry,
Yeah.
continue.
So you finish pissing, the last drips come out, and then what? You just pull up your boxes?
I might do like shake, but I'm not fucking
Yeah.
knuckling underneath my body. And
Because you don't have the patented regulation tube knuckler.
here's the thing. It's like breathing. I don't necessarily think about the shake. I've never went like, oh man, I got to do something with the balls. The balls are like, you're putting more thought into the pee than I ever have.
It's all connected.
Hey, Gav,
Yeah,
it's useless to explain this to him because he's too young to have experienced
it's too
it.
young.
He'll get there and then he'll have his like light bulb moment and he'll go, oh, fuck. Now I know piss kung fu. I get what they were talking about.
Well, I mean, Eric's becoming a bit of an old codger. What about you, Eric? Do you ever move stuff around down there, get the last strips out?
Yeah, I mean, you got to like squeeze a little bit, but I just kind of like do that internally and I feel fine. I just don't, when you talk about like grabbing your balls to shake them around to get piss out, I think I know what you're saying, but the way you're sort of like lodging this is so bizarre.
I'm not jingling it around like a purse of coins.
You're talking about, the other thing you said was shake your penis. So I just don't, like the whole thing you're talking about is like, I don't know. And then you like want to speed bag it. I just don't understand any of this, man.
I just am now visualizing Gavin with his long arm. I'm assuming you have long arms in my head. Fucking crouched like King Louis.
I did do.
Crouched like King Louis. Just knuckling your balls.
Look. It's very hard for me to explain what I do without showing you my penis and testicles. But what I'm doing is, I'm really just shaking the old cock a little bit and then maybe lifting the balls, getting a finger behind the balls and just lifting up, and then some extra drips come out.
Once again, I get it. I think I understand, and you just keep explaining it. It's the finger around the balls. That's crazy.
There might be the middle finger just as the balls are getting pushed. The middle finger's maybe just going behind the balls and pushing.
What the?
And then I thoroughly wash my hands.
Do you hold the balls like you're displaying a fine necklace, like in a movie when they're selling jewelry and there's like the palm and extend it out?
I'm so sorry, Gavin. I'm so on board with you, right? You're doing a terrible job of explaining it, but you're 100% right.
It just sounds so.
The bottom line is the older you get, the longer and harder it is to get the pee out of you.
Yeah.
And it only gets more complicated with every year.
And I feel like I could keep flexing and squeezing internally like Eric, but it's just so much slower.
Okay.
Stop posting pictures of King Louis.
That's our thumbnail. That's 100% our thumbnail. Thank you.
This is how he does it. This is Gavin reaching around.
Are you seated when you're doing this, or are you standing?
Well, either way.
Either way.
But usually I'll be seated. And
Surely not at a urinal, right?
no, I don't sit on those. But the whole point is, I don't have a King Louis enough arm to actually get an entire fist back there.
That's not what Andrew said.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
The King Louis thing is so funny to me. It's so.
That's what I'm seeing. It's like King Louis.
And the type of animal he is, how do you spell that?
Orangutan. Right?
Is that right?
Or there's their G that's silent.
You think?
Orangutan.
What do you?
What are you? What?
Orangutan? 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 Orangutan.
Is how you spell it.
This is-
Orangutan.
This is like
Orangutan. You fucked me up now. It's orangutan, right?
face
It is
episode 4
orangutan.
again.
Yeah.
As soon when you said
But I thought it was
silent G,
orangutan. It was an old episode thing. I spent my whole life thinking it was orangutan.
You said that, and it like I could feel like my brain like splitting in half.
You will hear orangutan in the wild. There are plenty of people that think it's orangutan. I'm not alone when I thought that. And then it blew my mind when I heard orangutan. We've covered this. This is old face material.
We've been through this.
It's old news, but I can't.
Huh, got him.
You crouched or like hunched over, massaging your balls for the pee to come
Why
out.
am I hunched over?
I don't, it's
For-
just,
so your long arms can reach.
I'm going down the front. I don't need to hunch.
Whoa.
well, that becomes dangerous because your arm becomes in the path potentially.
Yeah. Risky.
No, and also I wash my hands after
After getting pee on him?
a big old piss.
No, he doesn't get pee on him, Nick. He gets ball. He gets balls in him. Insane.
I did occasionally, when I had the, like before this was so much of a problem, I did have the toilet, the automatic toilet where it flushes for you, and I would just try and not use my hands at any point.
What? Hang on. What?
What?
You would go in,
He'd make a game of it. It's great.
you would open up, and then you would just like
I feel like I've said too much this episode. I've talked.
No. Continue.
if anything, you haven't said enough.
So my argument with that I used to have with Meg was like, surely I don't need to wash my hands if this is how I pee, right? And I'd go in the bog, pull down the old shorts and undies from the side, bog seat opens, I sort of squat, I do a little piss, I shake it around, get all those drips off, and then I pull it all up. The bog flushes itself and closes the lid. Do I need to wash my hands?
You touch the lock?
Jeff just
touch
gave
anything.
us the thumbnail in the middle of the episode. This King Louis, he's pointing at his mouth, he's pointing at his tummy, and he's got his big hand going behind him. You know this guy doesn't wash his hands after he pisses. Check him out.
Oh, no.
You don't lock the door?
That's Gavin celebrating after a clean pee. He's like, I did it. Flawless.
He's just pointing at his bananas, really.
That's Gavin exposing himself to Meg saying, look at me. I'm spotless, clean.
But what I realized I was doing is I was washing my hands for no reason. And then I was just like, I don't need to be doing this.
I feel like this is insane discourse from somebody who has given me shit for eating in the bathroom when I haven't used the bathroom.
You put a bowl of muffin on the toilet seat.
No.
Yeah.
On top of the lid when it was down in a
There's-
bowl.
It's dirty.
Yeah, but you're sitting on it.
What do you mean I'm sitting on it?
You're sitting.
I'm not sitting on a muffin.
You think you can literally use the bathroom, flush, and then walk out without washing your hands? I think that's way worse than
I didn't touch
me.
anything. I could have had my hands in my pocket the whole time. I mean, if my trousers were down, I would need long arms.
The water's moving around. The seas are shifting. Particles are flying everywhere.
So why am I not washing my back and my neck every time I go to the toilet?
That's a good question. It's a good question. Probably should. Probably should. My point is you're shooting particles everywhere. I'm not doing anything.
Oh.
I'm not doing anything.
You're eating. You put it in
Lid
your
down
mouth.
the whole time in a separate bowl.
You put your headphones on the butt crumb zone.
Yeah, I did do that. Yeah, you're
That's
right about
disgusting, and that's going right by your face and in your ears. You got poo ear.
that. Well, you got fucking ball hands. What do you mean? We're a dynamic
Hands can
duo.
be washed.
I can wash my ears, dummy.
You put your headphones in the
Well,
tumble
the
dryer?
shower. There's a shower. They're so easily washable. I do it all the time. And I say that lovingly. I call you dummy lovingly because I'm equally dumb in this. But you're being ridiculous. I wash my hands like I don't wash my face. What are you saying?
But you use the headphones outside of the toilet, outside of the bath as well. You get
Yeah.
clean, and then you put dirty
You use your
headphones on
hands
your face.
outside as well.
What do you mean? I've washed them.
I've washed my ears.
I'm talking about the headphones. You don't wash your headphones after you've got out of the bath.
I wash my head every day.
It doesn't. I didn't feel like no. Sorry, I can't come into the room and I gotta wash my head.
Give them a nice wash. I'm not using the same headphones.
You've thrown out a dummy today, and earlier you threw out a stupid.
I did, yeah. Well, you've had a really dumb day, which I relate. So I need to like really put the spotlight on whenever anyone has one of those because it's typically
Well,
me.
you didn't call me stupid. Oh wait, was that aimed at me?
I think it was because it had to have been. It doesn't matter where.
You've kind of been the dumb one every time today.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
So what else is new?
That's how we ended that? That's awesome.
I don't even remember what I was in the. I don't even remember how that started. What were you guys arguing about?
Well, to summarize though, do I need to wash my hands if that's how I pissed?
Probably.
I mean, based on your general code of ethics, yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just think it's crazy. It's like what you're talking about is like you're like a step away from like how a dog pisses.
I could.
You're doing like a bathroom dog piss, dude.
What if I put a GoPro on my chest, filming
Wait,
forwards, and I constantly film my hands the entire time, and I show you the entire process?
Hey man,
Yeah, show us.
no
I
thank
wanna
you.
see it.
Hey, what if I put a big wide angle lens on my head and then point it down towards my dick? You guys want to see that?
No, he's not gonna look down.
It's my chest. How can I look down with my chest?
I don't want to see any of it.
Yeah, do it.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Nick can't wait. Nick wants to see it.
Your hands don't touch anything. They don't flush. They don't take your pants down. They don't touch the lid.
The
none
only
of
thing
that.
they touch is like the pockets area of my shorts, and I sort of grab through to get the boxes down too.
But it's the particles, man. The particles get you.
He's got you there.
Okay, so what if I keep my hands in the hoodie pouch?
I mean, I feel like you're just doing so much work to just not wash your hands.
If you're able to, I'll say this: if you're able to walk into a bathroom with your hands in your hoodie pouch,
Mm-hmm.
disrobe to the degree that you can pee, re-robe, flush, and then leave the room without those hands ever leaving your hoodie pocket, I think you're fine.
How's he get his dick out?
That's
We
that's
talked
not
about it.
what we're talking about.
Slide.
We're talking about
He does the slide, he said.
if he can
Short
figure
slide.
it out, he can figure it out. If your hands don't leave that hoodie pocket, you're fine.
I will say I feel like undervaluing is that it is just a nice practice to wash your hands because you're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
There's an implication that your hands aren't dirty from other things you've done. So even if it is a clean bathroom run, it just is a good excuse to wash your hands.
Yeah, I mean, I wash my hands probably 10 times a day.
I mean, most of the time I wash my hands before I go to the bathroom because I don't want to touch my dick with 30 hands.
You got such a clean dick, you don't want to get it dirty?
I don't want him to get it dirtier. What's my dick do? It's fucking hiding all nice and clean in my underwear every day. My dick gets treated like a fucking king. It wakes up, it gets a shower every day. Then it gets taken to go pee-pee, and then it does that, and then it gets brand new clean clothes that are fresh put on it, and then it gets left alone all day long unless I need to take it out to whiz every once in a while. Why do I want to incorporate dirt and grime into that situation? You spend so much time keeping it clean and fresh.
We can't do this. But I remember in kindergarten when they taught us how to wash our hands properly, they did a thing where they put like some sort of like dye or substance on our hands, and then we had to wash our hands with soap, and they could tell if we missed a spot by like using like a purple light if there were specks. Doing a Geoff Dick spec, an inspection of how clean his dick is so funny.
I'm into it. Let's do it.
Oh, sorry, you're gonna say something, Gavin. I apologize.
Oh, I'm sure it was worthless. We gotta get at a dick.
I had a thing happen that filled me with so much joy. It made me one of my favorite coincidences of all time happened recently. I don't know, part of this was in a recording. I was trying to talk to Nick about it yesterday, and we couldn't remember if it was between something or if it was said somewhere. So maybe it was captured. But we recently discovered Geoff has a new word that he hates, word that he despises.
Oh,
Not a fan of a very specific word, which is collab. Geoff
like
hates
that word.
collab.
I hate that
He
word.
really dislikes collab. And it's been coming up a lot recently. You know, we talked about the Rooster Teeth coming back or whatever. And Geoff, we've determined, hates collab in a way that I don't necessarily understand. But you hate it, and that's fine. I don't need to. You hate it.
Yeah.
do you just hate abbreviations?
I don't like abbreviation for abbreviation's sake. Like, I also don't like collab is right up there with me for za. I don't like when some just say pizza. Like, was it that hard? Was the other syllable that fucking hard to get out? Are you in such a goddamn food hurry you can't say the first part? No, you're not. Just say pizza, not za. I have to do the fucking mental gymnastics to stop for a second and go, wait a minute, this person said something incorrect and stupid. Let me slow down my brain to go backwards to figure out what this dumbass is trying to convey, because they can't use complex fucking 5-letter words properly.
So this is a whole other layer of hate that we didn't get.
By the same token, I don't like the word collab. Oh, hey, we should collab together. Hey, what's up, buddy? You want to collab with me? I play video games. You play video games. Let's collab. How about, hey, do you want to make some content together? Would you like to make a video with me? Do you ever want to do a Let's Play? We could do that. Would you like to collaborate on a project? Not like finger guns out. Hey, you want to collab? Internet, right? Woo, Web 2.0. Suck my dick.
Nice and clean.
That is like an annoyance that you have with unnecessary abbreviation. At the time, it just seemed like you were annoyed at even the definition of the word and how it was being used. You're like, collab. What does that even mean, collab? I worked for fucking 20 years with these people. Collab.
Yeah, you don't have to say that to me. Hey, man, you want to collab? It's like, who do you think I am? Of course, we make content together all goddamn long. Just say, hey, do you want to make some fucking content together? You don't have to buzzword me. We know each other.
I feel like everything involving collabs in general is really annoying. Like, you get all those emails where it's like, this X that. Why is it an X, though?
Because that's even cooler, even cooler way to say collab.
But surely it should be a plus. Like, you're not multiplying my thing by your thing. You're adding them together. It doesn't make. Why is it the X?
I don't
That's
know.
a great question.
It is a great question. But
it should be a fucking it should be a division symbol, because what you're doing is you're making your content half as good and their content half as good at the same time.
Well, then shouldn't it be a minus?
Even better.
oh, well, Bernie, who bought Rooster Teeth back, has a podcast called Morning Somewhere, and they did a Q&A talking about the Rooster Teeth stuff. And in that Q&A, they addressed the questions of like working with people that were previously associated with the company. I have a clip relating to that I'm going to play.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Not so easy, is it?
Got got him.
So if you do talk to people, I can't control what anyone does, but if you do talk to people, I would appreciate personally if you would use the word collaborate instead of go back. Go back is, I think, kind of.
I have never laughed harder at something that was so innocent. Like, he was trying to frame that in a way that is so caring for the people related to it. And I just went, everyone's going to ask Geoff if he's going to collab. They're all going to use collab. This is the greatest thing that's happened all year. He didn't know that wasn't a planned attack. He was trying to be sweet, and you fucking hate collab. It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing anyone can say to you. And he said, if you could do it for me personally, it's so good.
Oh my God.
Oh, I haven't texted Bernie in months, and I texted him and said, hey, can I clip from the show for regulation? Something happened. Oh, collab. Oh, so Geoff, do you have any plans to collab?
It's such a currently no, I'm not doing any collabs at the moment. I'm still, I'm accepting collab pitches from people that are interested in collabing with me in the future at some point, but I don't currently have any collabs on the books. Now, a very sweet gesture from Bernie and a really thoughtful thing to do and say. Just used a dog shit word to do it. And that's okay.
So happy.
And that's okay. Not everybody's perfect, right?
No, absolutely not. I mean, we got a fucking guy on our show that knuckles his balls every time he pees.
I don't knuckle it. I just want the knuckling. I want an automatic knuckling.
He wants somebody to knuckle it for him.
I want someone to speed bag my balls so I get all the piss out. What's the problem?
It's not a speed bag. It's just a gentle push. I really like this drawing, by the way, of the mind table where I guess Eric's label vanished. And
yeah, what the fuck? So they just wrote idiot.
Eric's got a speech bubble that says idiot, but because his label's got it, just looks like he's labeled an idiot.
I think I replied to them and I just said, hey, what the fuck?
And that was drawn by Sabrina, I think.
Yeah, she did a great draw. I love this art style. I think this is like such a cool look. And then to have my label gone and it just says idiot. It's like, what the fuck is this shit?
I love that Andrew's in the TV with the mic on our end, and I love that you can see Nick through the monkey helmet.
Yeah.
So the head of the table, it's wherever the host sits.
Okay.
I'm just confirming the head of the table is wherever the host. That's what we learned, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you go get a hamburger and French fries somewhere for lunch with some friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Onions? No onions?
Inconsequential to this particular scenario, but we do.
Fair enough.
I assume we were going to go do the onions thing later today, but I assume that pushes to next week, probably when we do the other thing.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a squeezy bottle of ketchup. The hamburger tray is full. It's full of fries and then a hamburger. There's no free space. So what do you do with your ketchup if you want to put ketchup on the fries?
All out of corner.
So it depends. There's a lot of situations I've been in where I don't have the ketchup real estate for it. Do you have multiple?
There is no ketchup real estate.
That's what I'm saying, where I have to make it.
Yeah.
I've done a thing where I've had sometimes the lid, I'll take the lid off of a thing and then I'll shoot it into the top of the lid and I'll use that.
There was no lid.
No lid?
No, lid's not available.
Okay.
Not
Do I have
an
a second? You know how like if you get chicken strips and fries, you get two different boxes?
Here's what you can do.
Okay.
You could put a napkin on the table and load that up with ketchup if you wanted.
No,
but that's the
not
only
doing
other
it.
option you have outside of the bag or the current vessel.
Okay. Yeah.
And what am I eating, sorry?
Just a burger and fries.
Burger and fries. Honestly, I'm probably shooting it in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not going to do that, and hear me out, because this is going to... What's on my burger?
Cheese, onions.
Yeah, for sure. Onions.
Pickle, and tomato.
If I'm...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, if it's a situation where
lettuce
I think...
Lettuce as well.
Because I don't want to drown any of the fries in ketchup, but I do want ketchup in the mix. I might disassemble my burger and use the lower bun as a dippable surface.
Well, you're
What?
a maniac.
You're a
That's
You need the bottom.
hyper
It's the
complicated.
No,
foundation.
no. I'm not getting rid of it. Hear me out. Deassemble, right? Put the burger to the side. Use the lower bun. Pour ketchup on the lower bun on top of it. Dip the fries into the bun. And then when I'm done with that, reassemble the burger.
But then you can't eat any burger while you're eating fries. What if you want to go back and forth?
And your hamburger's cold now. You took the roof off of it and let all the
I
heat out.
typically am a one and then the other guy.
Oh, psychopath.
Yeah, lunatic.
I want each bite to be as uniform as possible. I want as much stuff all at once.
Oh, that's also lunatic.
I feel like I watched a clip once 15 years ago that you should eat the meat last from a digestive purpose. So I typically will eat all of the vegetables before I touch the protein on my plate.
But surely if your stomach is digesting all the veg, then the meat is just sat on it.
You would think, and that could be right, but it is a code that I've lived by for over a decade because I feel like I've heard that once.
Yeah, there you go.
Could easily be wrong. I'm not arguing that this is definitely right.
I took a picture of what Geoff did. Do you want to see it?
Please.
I don't think what I did was a big deal at all.
Let's see. Okay. So
I just
Geoff-
poured ketchup on some of the fries.
Totally fine. Totally
And then
fine.
I just used that as and I just dipped the fries into the ketchup. And then, yeah, it ruins a couple of the fries, but I wasn't going to eat all the fries anyway. So what the fuck does that matter?
Yeah, that's acceptable.
If you do not plan on eating all the fries, totally acceptable.
He lost his fucking mind for some reason.
I thought you were a lunatic. And I'll tell you why. That's fine if you got a fork, because you can still eat those normally. But you easily could have just eaten 4 or maybe 5 or 6 fries, eaten a little hole for your ketchup. But you just went straight on top, and I thought that was
Yeah, who
lunacy.
cares? Who cares, man?
Is that? What
It's not
type
even
of
a
bun is
burger.
that?
I realize it's not even
Yeah.
a burger. That's a BLT.
Sandwich.
I forgot. I had a BLT that day.
Throw my idea out. I'm not doing that with a BLT.
Yeah, you would never do that with a BLT, not in a billion years.
I do feel like you could have moved the BLT, though, the rest on the other corner of fries.
Well, that's
and-
after half of it's gone. The other, this is late into the meal. I've already eaten most of the BLT at that point.
Okay.
Was it cut in half?
Yeah, of course, man. It's a BLT. They're always cut in half.
That'd be wild, having a restaurant that just doesn't cut any of its sandwiches.
No,
Also, we're
no
looking
cut
at
sandwich.
half of it. Like the idea that you ate it half from that way, that you chose to eat it that way.
Might have.
And then face it away from me so everybody can see my bite marks. Anyway, Gavin was disturbed by this, but I didn't even realize that
No, I
that was a
think that's totally
controversial
fine.
thing to do. Yeah.
I would be unfazed by it. I wouldn't even notice.
Well, I feel like Jason and Nichols thought it was a bit weird.
I think they were having fun with you, but I don't know.
What
if
did they?
actually
Yeah, I
thought
was
it
going to say.
weird.
Now, what does that mean? What did they say? Because I want to know what they said and how they said it.
I don't remember. What really, all I did was just lean over and take a photo of that. And Geoff saw me take a photo and was like, hey, what's wrong with this? And he just really fired up. But really, I was just...
Oh, am I on edge around you because of, I don't know, the history of our friendship and relationship together? Crazy. Crazy when I see you nonchalantly smirk to yourself, then pull your phone out and try to take a photo of something of mine without me noticing it. Yeah, that my spider sense tingles a bit.
I just think ketchup is so gross on fingers. I hate getting it on me. And you're just asking for it with that.
The guy that's fingering his balls is worried about ketchup.
My balls don't leave a sticky residue on
He
me.
wants to put his knuckle up his dick tube, but he doesn't want to touch wet tomato.
What would are you asking what would I rather have on my hand? My ball or ketchup? I'd rather have my ball.
Ketchup.
Yeah, I know.
Ketchup. Ketchup.
Dude, we know how you feel, Gavin. You don't wash your hands. It's fine.
I don't get a sticky residue from my own balls.
What are
What?
you? You're doing something wrong then.
I walked into that.
Well, you would have just eaten some fries? Is that what you're saying? You would have made a space? You would have burrowed?
Yeah, I would have just eaten a hole or made a little mound. I'm always going to put ketchup on something, but not the food.
I have a dumb question that you
Okay.
just made me think of that I saved for the show. These are things that I know are dumb, and I just want to ask here because I just had never considered them. Do beavers eat wood, or do they just gnaw on it? Like, do they actually eat wood? Like, what? I don't know what beavers eat. I assume that they eat wood, but I don't.
I think they eat other beavers. I think they're cannibalistic.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
There's no way they're Oh my god.
Well, it's even if they are, this doesn't mean that another beaver is its diet. There's nothing surely that only eats its own kind.
I don't know.
Like,
oh, it says they don't eat each other. Maybe they don't then.
Okay.
What the? You're spreading beaver lies on this podcast.
I like also that you didn't Google what do beavers eat. You just Googled do beavers eat beavers.
I saw a clip of a beaver gnawing down a tree, and I thought, do they actually eat it, or are they cucking their mouth? Like I was talking about before.
Are they? I'm sorry. Are they what?
They're cucking their stomach, a stomach cuck, where they're biting into it and not eating it.
So you think a beaver mouth cucks its stomach?
Is that what you think chewing gum is?
Well, that was, we talked about that. That was a joke from, what show, Geoff? What was
Kimmy Schmidt, season 3 of Kimmy Schmidt. Gum is a lie. Your mouth tells your stomach. It's
but I said recently we were talking about taste buds on the fingers that I wouldn't like it because I'd feel like I was cucking my stomach because I was just tasting everything and not eating. And that's what I meant by that. I was wondering if a beaver was a stomach cuck, but I said mouth.
Can we collab with a gum company and just make a gum called Cuck? Like the regulation gum?
It just tastes like somebody else's dick.
You think my mom knows what cuck is?
Oh my god, dude! This episode is insane. I'm down to like a 6.2. This is we're off. No. This is insane.
I mean, she's gonna listen to this, and we had the whole butt plug thing. I don't know. I don't think my mom knows what cucking is.
Well, it sounds like you need to. It sounds like you got an interview ahead of you.
I'll find out in a few weeks.
Is she good at nature?
Is she good at nature?
Like, does she know about animals?
She's a fucking Pokemon? Like, what do you mean? No, she's fire-based.
Does she care about
yes,
animals?
She cares about the planet. Does she recycle? Yes, she recycles. Like, I don't...
So maybe she would know about, like, cuckoos and all that.
About cuckoos?
From Zelda?
No, the freaking... Isn't it coming from where the cuckoo bird, like, puts one of its eggs in the other nest?
This man's coming with the word origin of cuck.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to the origin.
That's what those birds do. I don't know if that's where the word came from or if it's something that you made up.
Oh, shit.
Makes sense, though.
I also don't know anything about the birds.
I'm definitely not going to Google it, if that helps.
The birds, the birds will lay an egg in a different bird's nest. And they'll replace one of its eggs with their own egg, and then it gets another bird to raise its young.
Yeah, I feel like that was an episode of The Simpsons. Andrew mentioning the food cucking reminds me, I wanted to tell you guys, I did buy tongue sleeves for us.
You have tongue sleeves?
Did you really?
Yeah, I don't have them yet. They're gonna be a while, but I did some research and I Googled around and I found what I think are the best option for tongue sleeve, but we're not gonna have them for a while.
Nick copied and pasted the definition for cuckold, and Shelby has to look at this later, and I don't wish this on anyone. This is terrible.
Hold on.
It's just
Yeah,
Geoff
just delete
with
it.
like, here's the thing. You copied and pasted it next to Geoff with a BLT. It's like, in what way are these related?
Someone ate a sandwich.
God damn.
Yeah, so if you just text your mum, what is cuck? Do you think that would be a...
God, this sucks. 5.4.
Okay.
I can try if you want.
Yeah, do it.
I don't want it to come from me, actually. You were the one suggesting it. That's...
Well, what do you? I don't understand what you just said. Do you
just
want me to send this
suggested it.
text or no?
No, I wanted to know what you were going to text her to ask her.
I wasn't going to text her anything. I was going to let her listen to the show. And then,
Okay.
Oh.
But do you want me to text? I don't care. I will. I have my phone.
Why you sound very angry?
Does she have
He's being
notifications on?
ridiculous.
Let's take it down a notch.
Yeah, you're right. I need to.
And I'll
You're right,
split
but he's
up.
being crazy. He's being insane. I'm still processing the way he asked if my mom knew about birds was by saying, does she like nature? I'm sorry. I'm hung up on previous things.
That's That's fair.
What would you like me to do, Gavin?
Do whatever you want. I don't want to get involved with you and your mom. You know her better than I do. If you want to ask her today, if you want to just let her listen to it. I'm fascinated, though. I wonder what she would
What's
say.
the phrasing? What was the phrasing you just gave?
Don't ever use my phrasing for anything.
Do you know?
About nature?
Yeah, do you know about nature? Is she good at nature is what Gavin asked. Hey, Mom, what's up? Are you good at nature? Do you know what cuck means?
If I were playing Jeopardy and the category was good at nature, I wouldn't expect 5 questions about birds.
What do you think of when you think of nature? Grass?
I think of poison ivy, as dumb as that is.
What?
I think of like, if you're good at nature, you're like controlling weeds.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say nature, Gavin?
To be honest, it's like the Trivial Pursuit like science image. The frog and the leaf.
Okay, how about you,
That makes
Eric?
sense.
Trees, forest,
Yeah.
a creek. Like, that's it.
Nick?
Creek.
Definitely trees. Yeah.
I just think of one tree, like an oak tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can I actually change my answer? I think of like a hot wife, and it's just a guy sitting in the corner watching. That's nature.
I think of Jeff sandwich.
Hey, what do you guys know about rare fruit?
This is
rare,
the
like-
craziest. This episode is nuts.
I'm imagining somebody looking through their window be like, yeah, plant that tree. You put that, you put that bush in.
What? It's not. It's surely not. Cuck, if you're like just perving from a distance, you gotta be there on a chair, like watching them.
If you hire landscapers, are you cucking your lawn?
You hire landscapers and then pull like your recliner out to the front yard and watch.
Oh.
Rare fruit. Oh, he's planting a rare bush. Oh.
So Jeff, tell us about rare fruit.
I was just thinking we should get into rare fruit.
Oh, like what, Jeff?
Like, look at that. That's
Oh,
called
that
a,
looks so cool. What is that?
that's called a hollow fruit. And it supposedly it tastes like sugar cane. I saw it on Reddit the other day, and that got me thinking. I'd never heard about that in 49 years of living, and I've done some serious living. I've never heard of a hollow fruit. I've never seen anything that looks like a planet explode before that tastes like sugar. I want some of that immediately. And then that got me thinking, there's a lot about fruit we don't know. There's a lot of rare boutique fruits out there we may not be familiar with. We're all caught up in hot dogs, but maybe there's some rare fruits that we might want to try to experience.
I feel like I've seen James Bond diffuse that.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I ate that fruit, I feel like I would turn into one of those aliens from Annihilation. It looks like something that came out of the Shimmer.
It looks like
It's so
Coruscant
weird.
blowing up.
Which bit do you eat of that hollow fruit?
Dude, I want to find out because the top part looks like broccoli and then the inside looks like a sort of like a jawbreaker, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, it's a good
broccoli
descriptor.
that transitions to a carrot into a jawbreaker.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks amazing, but then that got me thinking. Like, there's probably a lot of rare fruits out there. You know what I mean? Like, not your
Totally.
pedestrian everyday fruits that you guys, we don't even know exist out there. There's fruits that we've never heard of that are delighting people that are in the know, and we're not those people. And I want to be those people.
Do you mean rare? Like, there's not a lot of the plants, or like that you just don't see them in America?
Yeah, both. Like, there's not a lot of them. I mean, rare. I mean, that's the definition of rare. Fits both of those things you just said. And so, yeah, fruits that you don't have easy access to. Fruits that like maybe someday we could even go on a journey to a fruit. Like maybe there's a fruit that only grows on a mountain somewhere, and we got to go to it to get to that fruit so that we can taste that little bit of joy that no one else on earth gets to taste. I want to be just like a fruit explorer. I want to be like Lewis and Fruit Clark.
Have you ever had that stink fruit? What's it called? The one that's
Durian fruit?
Yeah. Have you ever tried that?
No, I never have.
Ooh,
I'd love to. I'd love
maybe
to.
we should.
I want to expand my fruit horizons. I think we all should.
Yeah.
And if Gavin wants to get off in some cuckish way doing it, that's fine with me too.
I think the phase one is just going to a grocery store and buying whatever fruit you haven't tried yet.
That's a good state. It's gonna be hard.
You got to
It's gonna
cover
be
your
hard
bases.
for me to go to a grocery store in America and find fruit I'm not familiar with, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
I feel like I've probably tried most regular grocery store fruit, right?
Oh, you know what? You've never seen a durian just in your grocery store?
You know what? I probably have, and I've probably seen like an ugly fruit, and there's probably a few out there. We could go to like a Whole Foods. We could go to like maybe an Asian market.
Oh, go to like
or
Fiesta and see if there's some
go
stuff.
to Fiesta. I'm
Yeah,
sure there's
yeah,
some. Yeah, I bet we could assemble a group of fruits we've never. Maybe that'd be the next time we get together to do live action recording. Maybe we'll assemble a rare fruit tray.
Maybe if we're all in Fiesta and we find a fruit that none of us have ever tried, then we have to get it, and we just go around the fruits
Oh,
buying
boy.
I really like
buying
this
one of
idea.
everything we've never tried.
I
think
really,
it's a
really
great
like this
idea.
Yeah.
I got a reply from my mom.
Oh, no.
What did you ask her?
Do you know what cuck is? This is the reply.
Sucks.
Cuck is a weak or servile man,
Oh,
often
Oh.
used as a contemptuous term for a man with moderate or progressive political views.
Oh.
did she Google this?
That was my next text.
Yep.
Mm.
Don't ever reply to that, but the
Okay.
answer, sex, no, not. I don't think she's aware of. I think it falls in that category.
I think she's aware. I
Oh,
think she
wait, can also be used as being sexual unfaithful. I guess. I don't know. I think she's Googling cuck is where we're at.
You're making your mom Google.
I think
This
she just
is-
Googled it.
Oh, boy.
Oh man.
I think she misinterpreted. I think she thought I was asking her to give me the definition, so she Googled it.
Oh,
Not.
she's helping you out. Like, trying
Yeah,
to
I
do her
think
best
she's
to find-
helping.
I can't imagine that your mom says servile very often.
No.
That's how it tipped me.
I mean, not many people that are good with nature do, in my experience.
Christ.
Oh man. I'm gonna
Hey,
have
do
a
you-
nap after this.
Oh wow,
This
you
is
got
fucking
you got
crazy.
more? I was gonna say, should we start wrapping this up? But boy, there's more in the chamber. Holy shit.
Nah, we should probably wrap it up.
That's
Just one question though.
Okay.
You guys remember a couple weeks ago? This is something that's been itching at my brain for a while. I've been meaning to get out to you guys. You remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about how Contra 3, I believe it was named Super
Yes.
Probiotic Anal War or whatever.
Yeah,
in
Super
Europe.
Pro Protector, the alien rebels.
Super Pro Protector, the Alien War, whatever. Yeah. But it was Contra everywhere else in the world. Would it be funny if we changed our name in one territory in the world where we were called something else? Like in Yugoslavia, we're not the Regulation Podcast. We're Super Probiotic Anal War or whatever.
if you're a big fan of Regulation Podcast, go to Azerbaijan, where it's like Tomb Enforcer Anarchy Maximum.
Where it's like Apple Fart
man.
Comedy Troupe. Yeah.
Wait, do we have the ability to see? Because Chartable doesn't exist anymore. Is there? Do we have a version of Chartable we have access to, like within the numbers?
That's a
Nick, do we have
question.
that, like our demographics other than YouTube? Because we can look at YouTube. Like we get our demographics from YouTube, and I guess that would be a thing.
Yeah, how many people from Yugoslavia listen
Well,
to
that's
this
the.
podcast?
I was gonna say there is a time where we were like number one in like Egypt, and it was just clearly like according to Chartable, we're like the number two comedy thing, and it's like
Well, you see,
oh,
that's
there's this.
possible though because Egypt is a country.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why do we keep using Yugoslavia as a standpoint? It hasn't been a country since the 90s.
Yeah.
Like,
That
what
makes
are
it
you
even
talking about?
funnier.
What I'm trying to get at is we should find if there is a place that is incredibly I was gonna say obscure, but I don't even know how you necessarily measure that. A place where we're number one, which I assume is a territory that doesn't have a lot of anything that is being streamed. And that person should be able to rename whatever it is in that territory. We give them the right to the name.
I see what you're saying. That's
So we need to
interesting.
find the place, and then we need to have that person verify that they are the person listening, putting us in the position. Because I assume nobody's streaming. The only way we're number one in any region is if no one else is doing any downloading of podcasts.
Yeah.
But this person.
Yeah, we
So
need
I'm
to
just
find
throwing
like
it
the
out there.
one person who listens to us on the Seychelles Islands or something.
Yes.
Hey, Germany, almost 3,000 downloads. Way to go, boys.
Oh.
Pretty good.
But is that one person downloading it 3,000 times?
Probably not. We have to get a little more granular, I suppose.
We have a lot of places that have just one download.
Really?
Bangladesh, Faroe Islands, Nigeria,
Faroe Islands.
Turks
Faroe
and Caicos,
Islands. You had
Tunisia.
Ooh, we could go to Turks and Caicos.
If you're in the Faroe Islands and you're listening to this, will you reach out?
Yeah, if you reside in the Faroe Islands or Turks and Caicos as a backup, please reach out to us and let us know. We'd like to let you rename our podcast in your territory.
Oh yeah, only where you are.
Do you think that's what it is, or is one guy just VPN hopping every week from a different place?
Interesting.
Oh wow.
Fucking VPNs from the Faroe Islands.
They're never gonna find me
Their
here.
Netflix library is crazy.
Honestly, if you VPN to the Faroe Islands, you're easier to find. Period.
My mom just texted me the first use of cuck was in 1611.
Okay.
All right, we got to cut it off.
We got to wrap this up. This is a mess.
Hey, thanks for listening to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. This was episode 41. This is probably our 250th episode or so. Who can even fucking tell at this point? Wow. Can you believe that the Gerplers came out? Gerpletine's Day was a huge, unmitigated success with 0 issues or failures. And literally every single person on the planet Earth that wanted a Gerpler got one, as well as both signs. That was awesome. We can't wait to do that again, especially given how everyone was so happy. And we're just so happy that you spent another hour of your day listening to us fight about absolutely nothing. And we hope you'll come back next week, kind of like a cuck, and listen to this podcast again. We'll see ya.
What?
What?